go to the phones. Battery Point. Trapper, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing great, Jimmy. Hanging tough, off to Medford tomorrow for some more radium serum injections. When Doc last week gave me a year, but they don't know Jungle Karma or me. So I heard you mentioning this new phenomenon, Joe Exotic, Joe Isuzu, whatever, and the Netflix Tiger King show, which is killing the ratings. My faith in our jungle continued with you calling this outfit out. I think a bunch of scumbags. I've never watched the show. I got too much on my plate, but I do have some experience with money, guns, lawyers, kilo cowboys, and tigers in the high desert up in Victorville. I was a young gun trial lawyer. This is about 30 years ago, Jimmy, in the OC. In the 80s, I'd won a couple of 187 trials coming out of the gate, got a referral from some MA clients. I'd walked on a bad border search on 200 kilos of blue. And I ended up with this representing a guy that had an alleged wild animal zoo up in the desert and on a conspiracy to distribute some other stuff. He had 10 tigers and 5 timber wolves he mated with Malamute bitches for the puppies. He also had this entourage of 5 guys who lived up there, mostly ex-cons, parole violators, guys who helped care for the animals when they weren't blowing up targets with whatever ordnance or weapons they were packing or shouldering. Very much like I expected the Manson scum to have been, Jim, years before and 40 miles away at Spawn Ranch. Just like Joe Isuzu, again, Joe Exotic, this guy would put on shows on the weekend for families coming up out of L.A. The guy had this twisted belief that these poor beasts loved him just because he fed, slept, and played with them. Same thing with these punk-ass pukes who thought they were bad because they'd done a jolt at the Q, the Bay, Corcoran, or somewhere else on dope cases. My firm belief, Jim, on cons who keep tigers as pets or showpieces, they're total scumbags, to use your characterization. Usually guys with no self-esteem, like the ones who mount trophy heads in their dens to impress their trophy gals on the depleted size of their humanity. As for the hangers-on, like the entourage I ran up with in the San Bernardino Desert, even bigger scumbags who think packing a piece makes you a bad man. As for people like Carol, whatever her name is on the show, you're just a clown, Carol. And that whack your old man and feeding him to a tiger shtick, it's Sweeney Todd all over again. Google that, as I'm pretty sure you couldn't find Broadway with a Sherpa with a GPS up his ass. Yeah, my brother, takes a pandemic plague. The size of COVID-19, Jimmy, to get people to watch this kind of defecated detritus. Thank you, Jim, for keeping it real, calling them all for what they are. As for COVID-19, jungle strong. To all my brothers and sisters out there, mask up, honor the 6-foot rule, and we'll all come through this together. God bless, and as always, tramps like us. I'm out.
Tramps like us. 30 pieces of silver.
30 pieces of silver.
Rack him. Trapper, you sound great. Strong voice, strong energy. Well done. And coming with a fierce take. Hey, hunters, how do you like that? With your diminished humanity.
I'm Trapper, and you're not.
Trapper from Battery Point. I like that little misdirection, too. We go now to Battery Point. Actually, as time goes on, you notice how these things, the pendulum starts to swing back a little bit. For so long, there were so many people that were so against Trapper. And there are still so many people so against Trapper because Trapper's not afraid. Trapper's not afraid. He's going to let you know exactly what he thinks. He's going to get after it politically. He'll take a run at hunters or whoever else is on his mind. But I've noticed the pendulum swing back because Trapper has courageously fought this battle and keeps coming in. You know, I've known him a long time. I saw that grit way back in the day. A different sort of grit, too. A different sort of toughness. My man's got a story or two, doesn't he? 1-800-636-8686. I like the way Trapper said, I've never seen that show. But then he knew exactly what the show was. I'm not saying that he hadn't seen the show. I'm saying that because he represented somebody back in the day, he already knew the show. He said it was just some scumbag who had a bunch of ex-cons working for him, and nothing against those who have been rehabilitated, who get back out on the outside and want an opportunity. But watching that show, and can I tell you, full transparency, I didn't make it through the show. Like a lot of people, I jumped into it. It got my attention, and my reaction was, damn, like these people exist? This world exists? Bunch of freaking scumbags. And then I just lost interest. I literally didn't finish the show. That's why I stopped talking about it. I stopped watching it. We are scumbags. So you know how I talk about call the program, elevate our particular conversation. Trapper is a guy to do that. Because every time Trapper calls, he elicits response. And by eliciting response, you elevate the conversation. As an example, Phil and B. Hill's tweets. Unwar, I'm too busy to watch guy. Tiger King. At DLH1029 tweets, never been a Trapper fan, but respect him and he sounds better than ever. Unwar, whack ass, punk ass, cancer. Jeff in SoCal tweets, Trapper says he hasn't seen Tiger King, then gives us a full rundown on Tiger King. Thanks, Joe. At Street Girl Fan tweets.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, thanks, Alvy. Was that your Rit impersonation? Way to get that in the same day, Alvy.
It's lit.
It's Rit. At Street Girl Fan tweets. Trapper? No! What I'm saying is that used to be almost universal. Not so much. At Hitman Canadian on Twitter, War Trapper representing Carol Baskin's tiger, who allegedly ate her husband. JP Emmett tweets, nice take, Trap. Signed 3 weeks ago. Be well, though, amigo.
I'm a made guy.
Hey, Jim. Trapper didn't watch Tiger King. Just like I didn't watch Top Gun. I had no interest in watching a movie that featured fighter jets and this charismatic Tom Cruise, who goes by the call sign Maverick. I have too much on my plate to watch how Maverick blows his opportunity at Top Gun by doing things like buzzing the tower and chasing loose women. I have better things to do than grieve over the death of Goose, or be happy for Maverick when he redeems himself, killing Russians with a new co-pilot named Sundown. I'm never watching Top Gun. It just doesn't appeal to me. Signed, Jeremy. Surrounded by meth in Oregon. See what I mean? Trapper elicits response. Lots of it. Therefore, consequently, he elevates the conversation. Tramps like us.